Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman, Adventures with Rhiannon, with Kynseed Retired Slow Play, part number 10. When we left off last time, we were just getting ready to purchase our first store. And so I cut it off because I wanted to be able to show this whole thing and not be rushed, and my video is already running over. So congratulations on buying your first shop. And this is a handbook that they give you. Thank you for purchasing this apothecary. I hope you'll be medically qualified, but we'll just have to cross our fingers since there's no regulatory bodies. The aim of running an apothecary is to serve customers' needs, whether they are poorly afflicted with more magical maladies or just after a little pick-me-up. You must ask what their problem is and use their symptom descriptions to try to work out what traits they are afflicted with. Then use your own estimations on or the helpful medical tome to work out how to counter the things they want to fix. Each trait has a counter trait, and over time you'll unlock more cure recipes and knowledge. I'm reading too fast, I'm sorry. I told you to start reading some books. To help you best treat each patient, you can also use any of 3 crafting stations to pre-mix treatments and store them behind the counter to help save time during opening hours. You may also give a placebo if you are struggling to treat something or just want to get rid of a customer. Placebos have a 50-50 chance of fooling your patients, so be careful. Interacting with your ledger will let you track your accounts, reputation, hire staff, etc., while hiring intelligent. Constitution, speed, and stamina are the stats to look for. To run the apothecary, interact with oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, with the sign outside the door to open and close it. For more information, how to use the stations, recipe book, and so on can be found in the help section. There are also books you can read to help. Do wear gloves if you read them. You should be making a few things just before subjecting your patients. Okay, so as you can see, when we hired, our guy left. While the store is closed, I want to go ahead and make up a few items to put on the shelf, because as we read in the instructions, when you have things on your shelf, it makes it faster when the store is open to be able to provide the items that the person is looking for. Once you select something to make, then you select the ingredients that go into the little box on the side. If you don't know, let's say it's looking to cure something, upset tummy or whatever, and you're looking at your ingredients and you don't know what the ingredient what the attributes are, you could do one of 2 things. You can wait until you have found proverbs for those ingredients that tell you what they do, or in my case, I went ahead and found a really good, it's a spreadsheet that somebody did that shows the attributes of the various ingredients. And you can call that cheating if you want. It's just, I just found it and thought, okay, I can make a heck of a lot more things starting off here if I can know what things are for. So there are 3 different mini games with alchemy. It depends on if you are making a powder, a potion, or whichever. By the way, it just kind of went showed you all the different things that you got to do. In this mini game, you put the ingredient in the little thing and pull the handle down, and then it puts it in a pot. You have to watch your temperature. So in this case, I need to turn it way up because I got ice cubes on there. You do the counteracting color. So I put something green in there. It's going to need a red counter. And each one of those tops, there's different ones. There's shakers. There's little tabs. There's squirty things. So you just kind of, you put the thing in, and I know it's going to be green, so I get to green as fast as I can. And I think, let's try 2 little tabs there. I don't know really what you call these. And down it goes, and the potion is finished. So there's, like I said, there's 3 different ones, 3 different stations. You can stand at any station and it's going to go to the right one no matter what you choose. The ratings are based on the item ratings and the minigame performance. So those 2 things affect the quality of the item that you are making. So basically I kind of went through here and said, okay, what do I have ingredients for? And I'm looking at my spreadsheet at the same time to make sure that this one I kind of knew Blood Few was an anti-sickness, and I know that we've got at least one, if not two, healing ingredients, and I'm choosing to go with I'm picking one here. Parsley, I think, has a healing function to it. So again, while it doesn't show it on the screen, my spreadsheet told me that it did. So this is another mini game. I kind of chop each ingredient real quick, and then you slide back and forwards. That's how you get it so it's ready to go into the pestle. And you put it in there and just kind of swirl your mouse around until you see no more bubbles, and then you have to kind of click again and make it go again. Again, I won't go over this every time when I'm making potions. I like to make potions when the store is closed. You only can make potions when the store is closed as of this release. And I'm kind of not super happy about that because you can go into the blacksmith and make swords when they're open. So this is kind of unfair. I didn't do intelligence modifier. Apparently intelligence played a part in that. So I was like, I don't know. I guess I'm not too bright. I try to make as many potions as I can before I open the store. They will get sold eventually, so I like to kind of make this a stop as like I'm out running around adventuring, and I stop by here and make a few potions. I double check usually my inventory and then say, okay, how many potions should I go ahead and make? Keep in mind that when the store is open, if you have hired employees, they will use these ingredients as well. Here's another one that we're going to make a powder. And as soon as it stops, the ingredients stop moving around when you're sliding like that, you know that's done there. And we're going to grind all this stuff up and make us a nice powder here of something or other. I like to have variety because everyone that comes in the door has a different ailment or a different issue that they're trying to have healed. As the book said, you can either hire employees or you can stand and work the counter yourself. And I have no desire to work the counter myself. I would rather hire employees. Oh, I didn't do too good on that one, but it still sells. Let's see, it's midnight. I think I got time for some more here. Again, I'm checking my ingredient list that you can't see. In the description of my videos here, I've put a link to that spreadsheet. And if it ever goes, I'll try to keep an eye on it. And if it ever goes away, then I'll take that link away. But as of now, it looks like a pretty good. They keep adding to it, so it's wonderful. And it's really helped me be able to be a pretty good alchemist here and make quite a few things that I wouldn't be able to make otherwise, because I haven't gotten to the proverbs to find out what these ingredients can do. And by the way, as a side note, I heard someone say in a recording they had played early access. They said there's over 900 proverbs in this game. 900 proverbs. Can you imagine? It will take us years to find all of those unless they're on a mission to find them all. So the proverbs, again, do all kinds of things. They give you tips about things. They talk about the ingredients. They say what the ingredient properties are and even where to find them and where to find them in higher quality, or what prompts them to have a higher quality. There's all kinds of information. It is in your inventory under Proverbs. I think there's a tab. We'll look at that at some point. So again, I'm making kind of a variety of things that I know that I have ingredients for. I know that charm weed does charm, and these tooth do virility. So I know that, but obviously the game didn't know that I knew that. So it went ahead and put it in there, and I'm glad that it does that. Again, you get more variety this way. And this was a white one, so it's going to need black, and it's boiling pretty high there. So we're going to put our black ingredient in and see if that tones it down. If you put too much, the steam coming out will turn the color of the ingredient that you're adding. So then you have to go and use another one. And I've done this so many times where I've like put too much green, and all of a sudden the steam coming out is green. That means I got to go to the red. And ooh, that's boiling pretty high. So turn that down and get it down below, and then it'll say it's done. It's kind of some people say they don't like the apothecary mini games. I think they're fine. I don't have a problem with them. I enjoy owning the apothecary. I was told I'm intelligence. I don't know what that is about intelligence. I need to research that. When I first started playing and I got on the Discord channel, which is amazing, and you should look at the Discord channel. I've been adding links to the Discord channel in my descriptions. It's the official Discord channel. And you can like search for things and go back and look at the conversations of people that have answered questions, they've just been wonderful helping all of us new players that have come into this game. But again, it is a pretty new game. At the time of this recording, it's only been 3 months since this game come out. And I got it about a week after it came out, started playing around with it, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to share this with my subscribers. This is such a fun, I guess I've heard the term chill game. I didn't know that was a term. I guess that I like chill games. Now there's a little bit of fighting in the game, but not too awfully much. I think in upcoming episode we're going to go in and do a little bit of fighting. I'm terrible at it. Oh, by the way, I added too much green. Now I got to go back and add the red to get rid of that. So I didn't do too good on that. And it's cooking too hot. So oh my goodness, this one's not going to be very good quality. So turn it down, turn it down. I don't know when it says I don't understand when it thinks it's done. When the temperature's like that, I don't know. It's not real clear, but they're going to work at it, I'm sure. So anyway, as I started to say, there's a little bit of fighting in this game, not a whole bunch. And I'm thinking, oh, do I have time to make one more thing? So we'll see some fighting upcoming. I'm not really good at it at all. So I kind of do what I need to get by. I would much rather be running my shops, raising my family, doing quests for the various citizens around town, getting my reputation up. Those are the things that I find to be interesting. And so those are the things that I enjoy doing. And that's one of the beauties of this amazing little game, is that you can do whatever you want to do. You can do like I'm going to do, which is absolutely minimal fighting. Or you can do a lot of fighting. You can focus on that if you want to. So with that, we're going to call it a night. And by the way, time is passing while you are standing at the apothecary thing. Just kind of information. As you can see, we only had 84 brass left after we purchased our shop. And so there's a few things that we absolutely really need. Mint is a huge thing that I'm going to be using a lot of. Nettle and primrose. At the same time, we could collect those things on our own, but you can see I'm almost out of money. So I want to be able to, I need to be able to pay my employees because they get really unhappy if you don't pay them. I haven't hired them yet. That's something that we're going to see. As you can see, I can add ingredients to the materials cabinet myself. So I did have some ingredients that I wanted to add, and you can add some or all of your stacks there. And I know we're going to be using a lot of those things. So collecting ingredients as we go along is a really good idea. I believe I said very early on in the earlier episodes that you should gather everything you possibly can. Anything that you can pick up, pick it up. Because it's going to be used somehow, some way. I mean, even if it's only sold. The basil and the thyme at your house, you need to collect that because it can be put right here in the shop. Collecting those ingredients will save you money on ordering them, which means more profit. So I know that I've seen people really like the blacksmith. I don't care for the blacksmith mini game at all. I mentioned that early on. And so, but I have seen people that have owned those shops and watched how they can increase their profits dramatically by mining the ore and making their own things to put in the store, their swords and things. So you can make a lot of money doing that if you want to take the time to run around and gather things. So again, in the beginning, our first 9 episodes, I was gathering these ingredients every time I found them somewhere. And so again, that's going, while we spent the money to buy a few things, we also stocked, you can see I've got 2, 4, 6 different potions on my shelf, or cures they call them, I guess. And they're all potions, powders, creams. And I needed one, I think it was for ash brown. Needed an abdomen, I think it was. I think it's a quest item. So I'm going to go ahead and probably make some more while I got time. I want to get as much on that shelf as humanly possible. And I can check and see, with my spreadsheet, I can find out, what has growth properties, what has healing properties. And you can see this is going to be a cream. So this is going to be the cream mini game. So we added our ingredients, click on that, and again, I don't think you've seen this one yet. The first time you do it, it brings it up and it tells you how to do it. So this one's a little bit weird, but I've kind of got it down now, so it seems to be working pretty well. Basically, it's telling you to put your little pan, if you will, on the burner and turn the heat up. Your ingredients are in the left side, and then you turn the temperature up and it starts cooking up those ingredients and puts them in to the pot, and then and Bill's your uncle. I love that. That's too funny. So it's showing you what to do, and I already know what to do because I've done this a little bit already. So you turn the temperature up and it starts dripping the ingredients into the pan, and you use your mouse to click and drag around so you're stirring it as you go. And you don't want to overfill it because you need to go to the right to thicken it up. So the ingredients are going to be on in the left, and then it's saying it's very runny. So now we're going to put it on the other side, and this is kind of waxy stuff. And we put it in here, let that drip in there, and keep stirring with our stick. And it's filling it up too. When it gets to that little line right there, it'll say it's done. So right now it's a good quality. It's not perfect. It's just good quality. And I made a burnout cream basically. And look at that. I got a 4. And part of that is my mini game performance. Look at that. So I got a 4-star. So the ingredients were good, and I did a good job on the mini game. I could have even done better. So that was pretty cool. I thought, wow, that's pretty cool. I like having that. So I'm trying to get as many things put into the shelf as I possibly can on this first day. And I could keep the store closed indefinitely and then keep filling the shelves. But eventually I'll be running out. So, there's really no need, I guess, to continue. It's 4 a.m. already. And I thought maybe we better check and look at our shelf. Look at that. We got quite a few things already pre-made that will be sold eventually. Check our ledger here, and you can see it says -12 profit. That's because I took the things off the shelf. That's why it shows that. Everybody was confused at that in the beginning. It's like, why are you getting negative profit? That's why. So we're going to hire some people, and you just kind of look down and see if, charm the customers. Obviously, stamina is important for being able to work. And so I just kind of scroll through here and see who do I want. Now, one thing I have noticed, I don't know when you're looking at this, what version you're playing of the that they've come to, but in this version, everybody is unhappy. Everybody has a red, unhappy face. Every single person that you could hire. And I think it's a bug, or at least it was a bug at the time. So I don't know what's causing that. I'm not sure what the deal is. I'm going to go ahead and hire Lucy. She's got pretty good stats all across the board. And so I'm going to, you can change their pay, and they have an expected pay, and then they have hourly pay. When I first started playing, which was only, I think, less than a week after it was released, it was just a few days after release, you could reduce their pay down to 1 brass per hour, and they were perfectly happy with that. But they also weren't unhappy to start off with. So I know that they've made changes. I'm just really unclear on how it's working now. How I know there's 3 things that are supposed to affect their happiness: the length of hours that they're working, so how long they're working, the amount of money that you pay them per hour, and your relationship with those people. So I did not think that I had horrible relationships with Lucy. I thought my relationship with her was actually pretty good, or at least on the positive side. It wasn't on the negative side. So I'm really not sure what the issue is when you're watching this, and maybe they fixed it by now. I am going to hire a second employee, and so I'm going to go with Teresa Brown, who is my future mother-in-law, because I'm going to probably marry Ash. I've already decided. And again, I'm trying that 1 brass per hour because that's what it worked really well before. So we'll have to probably change that because I don't want them to be unhappy. So as you can see, it's on a week basis per week, and I'm going to be working. They have to work a shift, so I'm going to work them 3-hour shifts, and so you can see a 6 to 9. So Lucy will be there from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then Teresa will be there from 9 to 12, Lucy 12 to 3, and Teresa from the 3 to 6. So we're going to see how that works. I know everybody's got different ways of doing it. So that's how I'm going to at least get started on with my employees, and we'll see how it goes. You can change it, obviously. You can be open different hours. And again, I was thinking, okay, what time is it? Do I have time to make any more? The most you have on the shelves, the faster they can assist the customers. Because you'll see eventually, if you get too many customers, they're standing out the door in a line. So it's like, oh my gosh, you don't want a line. The longer the lines are, the more unhappy that they are. So again, we know that charmweed has charm. We know that thyme has scent. And that's an easy one to make. So we're going to pop it in there real quick. And obviously, the higher the quality, the more it gets sold for. And I haven't really looked into the selling of things in the apothecary and how much things get sold for. You can't, as far as I know, adjust the prices, unlike you can on the general store. So again, I'm kind of new at this myself. I think everybody was kind of new at it when we first start playing. And so let's see, let that soak down in there and see, make sure I didn't have too much. Oh yes, 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 yes. That one didn't turn out too bad. And this one cures body odor. It seems to be a big seller. And that's a 3-star, so that's good. And it's already 5 a.m. Oh my gosh. 6 a.m. There she is. Okay, so let's come over and talk to her real quick. She's got, like, I guess 1 little heart, and you need 4. I guess there's 4 positives. I'm not sure. I don't know how that works. I'm still getting used to it myself. So let's give her a gift. Supposedly they get happier. Look at that. Lucy must really, really like strawberries. Holy tamale. Wow. So, okay. Okay, Sterling Button Moss Stew, John Bowes. Okay. So that really helps a lot. And we learned that Lucy Arrows likes strawberries. So that's a good thing. So we'll probably adjust our time here, no pun intended or at all, so that to see what works best, to see how much we can sell in that period of time, to see how the employees are doing. By the way, when you purchase a shop or one of these shops along here, anything on the property is fair game. So in this case, there's carrots growing there. There were apples in the trees. And then, of course, for some reason, the chickens sometimes give you eggs. I don't know what we have for our boons or blessings and our curses. Maybe no eggs. I don't remember what we have on the goddess, but we'll have to figure that out. Now, this is the general store, and you can sell pretty much anything here, and it's a good way to make some money. This shop only has 25. So I can only sell 25 brass worth, but we kind of need the money. We want to make sure that our employees can be paid at the end of the day. If not, I think they get really, really mad. I'm not sure. They might even quit. So getting a little extra cash is fine. I tend to do, I think we're going to do pretty good with this apothecary, but we will see at the end of the day. Don't forget, we ordered a bunch of stuff too that takes out of our profit of the day. So we can check that at the end of the day. I tend to kind of be hands-on. So you can see that so far she sold a burn thing. So we made 36 and 90 reputation from one item that got sold so far. So the thing that I want to keep tabs on is making sure that my employees are happy And I'm going to have to really watch the relationships. I don't know what else to do at this point. I could raise their pay a little bit, but we'll just have to keep an eye on it. As I mentioned, you cannot use the stations here while the store is open. So like I said, I don't think it's fair that the blacksmith can, but the apothecary can't. And so, again, I'm looking here, just kind of keeping my eyes on this and thinking, do I want to be open 6 to 6? And I'm not sure what that answer is. And your book has other things such as your ranks. You get perks. As you can see, I have 90 out of whatever that was. You'll get perks that you can use for different things. When we get there, we'll look more into that. So there's lots to own in a shop. I actually think it's quite fun. Plus you get reputation for it, and reputation helps you get further along with the Grandmasters. So right now I'm a fledgling, and I'm trying to figure out. Anyway, it does help your reputation, and it's what is really interesting is throughout the day you'll see your brass go up when something gets sold. You hear a little cha-ching noise, and it's so funny. So anyway, we're headed to find Ash, who wanted an abdomen powder, and he's right here. So you can see that. That's who I had the thing set wrong, but he's like, he's not there, he's right here. But when you see him, he wants you to help him with the silver skipper. It's a butterfly. Legend says if you throw a pear into the glowing pool by the face tree before 6 p.m., then it will appear. This is when you must use your jar and capture it. So he's asking us, sadly I do not know where the tree is, so if you look to the east side of Cuckoowood, that would be helpful. I shall be here if you need me. Here is a jar, and good luck. So, by the way, our relationship with Ash is as high as it can be, so that's wonderful. So he gave us a glass jar that we can use to collect a skipper, something or other. We need to put the pear in our inventory somewhere. So I'm looking here like, okay, where do I want to put it? And I do have pears, thankfully. And we need to go find this special tree and throw a pear into a pond by it. So he said it was on the east side of the Cuckoowood. So we just kind of need to make our way east to be able to throw those pears in there. And it's like, okay, I think we do have the boon where we can cut down the weeds and hay and stuff and get seeds, which is a wonderful way of collecting them. Free. I've talked about that in previous episodes. I do really like this particular boon. Unfortunately, it takes me forever to get anywhere because I keep finding weeds to cut down, and it's hard to resist because all of those are free. So that'll help us when we're ready to start farming some things. So I just collect a few on the way. It's like, oh yes, more. Like I said, it takes me. It's the same thing with fishing. I love fishing, and so sometimes it takes me a while to get somewhere. Oh, apothecaries had gained a perk point already, and you can see we're making money. So we're up to 118 brass. That's fantastic. And okay, still not where I want to be, but I know we're not as far now. We're not quite where we need to be, but that's okay. We'll find it. It's here somewhere. He said it was the east edge. So it looks like we can go more east here on this little path. Sometimes there's little hints. There's a tree with a face and there's a pool of water. So let's see if that's what we're supposed to do. Whoop. The pear didn't go in the water. Let's go try that one more time. Okay. Oh, and look, there's the little butterfly. So we hold there we got it, silver skipper. So basically you got to manage it. You first throw the pear in there, and then you got to activate your glass jar. And I wanted to get off of that so I didn't accidentally let it go. I've done that a mistake on a previous practice run. So we had to hold down our mouse button, and it collected the silver skipper. By the way, there's things in the water that it landed, the seeds, and I can fish them right out. That fishing rod is so helpful for so many reasons. So I was really glad that we were able to get that. And we're picking up some cockadoo, which we need. Kookadoo. We need those in the shop. That's something that we use quite a bit of. And so, again, just anything you find, you pick it up. because you're going to use it eventually. So if we can go back here and see where Ash was standing. Oh, and here's a little empty house. That's kind of interesting. And just hitting the weeds. It's like, oh, I don't want Ash to go away. I don't know how long he stands. There he is. All right, dude, hello. And we talked to him. Oh, let's give him the abdomen. He wanted that, so that'll help our relationship, which is already high. But we'll get reputation for it. Oh, that's so much better. I think my bug collecting days are over. The hallucinations I had from eating that thing made me want to touch it. Any such thing again, such as the ancient. Oh my gosh. So maybe we shouldn't be eating bugs. I'm not sure what's the deal here. Thank you, my best friend. So he gives us a little book. Okay, thanks. Tells us about 5 types of flying insects: bees, moth, butterflies, wisps, and fireflies. Okay. Says we can collect them. Each type has their own time of appearance and location, different varieties within their species with their own quirks. To this end, bees are mainly a day creature, but the heegee only appears in the morning. For example, butterflies are also a day creature, whereas moth, fireflies, and wisps are night dwellers. So he's telling us all about things that we can catch. It says Ash Brown story complete. What that is, in case you have not seen that before. Oh, and he thanked us for the bug and says you can keep it. All right. So what that was, the story thing, what that meant is when you talk to each of these characters, they're going to give you tasks and specific things to do. At some point when your hearts are full with them, they get, like mine is all the way to the right and all in the red. They give you one more thing to do, and then it says their quest line is complete, meaning they won't have any more quests for you. So my quest line with Ash Brown is complete. Some of these are really easy. Like the Ash Brown one was really easy, doing all the things he requested and then catching that silver skipper thing. So it was super easy to do. And some of them are quite complicated and not so easy. So I just wanted to show you what that looked like. I don't know if we had completed anybody's quest line before. He's kind of the first one. The game kind of, if you're playing a character that wants to marry a male character and you want to stay with someone close to your age, you're kind of pushed in the direction of Ash Brown. And I know a lot of people fight against that and say, no, I'm not marrying that person. They pick somebody else who may be 20 years older than them and they don't care. For me, in a role-playing point of view, I do care. So I've heard it said that there are a lot more females that are closer to your age available to marry. So I don't know, maybe they'll add more males as we go along. I really don't know. I just know it seems to kind of direct you there. If having a male near your age is important, then there aren't a whole lot to choose from. And Ash seems like the logical one. He's kind of good looking. He's not ugly or any, well, you know, from the little tiny pixel that we see, he's not ugly. So that's why I kind of picked him. The game kind of points you that direction. Plus, as I mentioned, his quest line is relatively easy to complete. So that's why I went there. And we'll do that when the time comes. And up here, I believe that's where Hazelnut lives, the crazy cat lady. And you can buy cats from her if you're so inclined. And weeds, weeds, weeds. Oh, I can't stop. Somebody make me stop. I can't. I want all the weeds. I'm getting all the seeds. Because when it comes time to plant, I will be set. I don't have to go buy them. You can buy them in different places. The general stores have them sometimes. The traveling merchants have them. But I like free better. More profit when you're talking zero cost of goods. And so, as you can see, I have not explored all of these areas very much. So I have not opened the maps. You have to walk around and find the map stones. And eventually I will get all of these locations open up so that I can see the entire map of any given area. So that is what I was trying to do. And kind of wandering around here. And looking at my time as well, I'll look at the brass for today. I'm already at 179. Take into consideration that at 6 p.m., actually at 3 p.m., it paid one employee, I think. At 6 p.m., maybe it pays them at the end of the day. It pays the employees out of the profit that I've made. So that 179 will, or whatever it ends up being at the end of 6 p.m., will go down because it pays the employees. But at this time, the apothecary gained another perk point. So how's that? We've got 2 perk points already. So what that means is so far, my customers that are coming into the store are very happy. So that's a good thing. I'm a mad fisher person, and in the future episodes, you'll see why I do so much fishing. So, aside from the fact that I love the fishing mechanism in this game. I don't know if I've said this lately, but I have never liked fishing in any game I've ever played that had fishing in it. I've never cared for it, ever. But in this game, for some reason, it draws me. It draws me to want to fish. So I am not sure why. I don't know the why of it. It just, maybe because it's relatively easy. I don't know. Not sure. I'm headed to Billy Crow, wanted a cook meal, and I think I have something I can give him that will fill that particular requirement. So we're going to go find Billy Crow. In the meantime, weeds, there's weeds. Oh my gosh. As you can see, it is it's 5 p.m. It's almost 6 p.m. You can see I have the updated clock there that I got as my reward when I became an adult. There was 3 choices there. And this was my choice. There he is. Oh my gosh. So I've got some blueberry and some simpleton stew. Either one of those will suffice for this quest. It doesn't matter. He just wanted something that was cooked. So okie dokie. 14 brass. We will take it. And my reputation is full. Look at that. I've maxed out my fledgling reputation. So that's cool. So now it tells me I need to return to the Grandmasters now to go find out what they have to say now that I've filled that particular requirement. So reputation goes up pretty quickly when you're doing tasks for the various people, and when you own a store, your reputation is going up as well. And again, another map I have not opened up all the way. Ugh. And apparently either it doesn't have a goddess statue or I haven't found it yet. So I don't think I don't even know if I've been up here before. So again, there's lots of map to explore. I mean, the map is pretty daggone big, and apparently we've only opened up a small percentage of it, and there's more coming eventually. So this game is pretty huge to me. I was talking with someone that was talking about a game that had come out, and they were asking $25 for the game when it got released on Steam, and it had a grand total of 6 characters in it. When I compare it to a game like this, that's like, oh my gosh, what a bargain. And I did get this game the first week it was released. It was on sale that week. It's worth the full price. Believe me, it's worth the full price. You've seen what little bit we've played in just 10 episodes. My episodes are roughly an hour or so long, and look how much we've done in 10 hours, and we haven't even scratched the edge of the surface. I mean, really, to me, you get so many play hours, and the thing is, it doesn't have to end as far as I know, because after it said the Fairweather character tells us that at age 50 we have to choose an heir, and that person takes our skills and takes our home and everything, and it kind of switches out. So basically you live on in your heirs. So I don't see that there would be an end. I've seen a lot of people that are playing are trying to get to an end game situation with their main character, meaning they've done everything, they've talked to everyone, they've opened up all the different regions that can't be opened after until you hit a certain spot, they've hit the top of the reputation thing, all with one character. You don't have to do that. You can keep right on playing. And so I'm really curious what happens with my next generation. And so I'm not in any big rush. Again, the name of my play through titles says Retired Slow Play, and there's a reason. That's the way I play. I'm not power gaming here. Let's see how we did on our first day of our shop. So we bought all that ginger and paid our employees and come out with 88 profit on our very first day. And we ended up with 2 perk points. And we're a good ways towards our third one, which would be when we hit 300 and we're at 34. So what I'm here is thinking about, what do I want to spend those perk points now, or do I want to save them? And so I'm kind of looking through the different perks that I can choose, and I can spend those 2 or I can save. So I'm thinking through. So I'm going to pick the ingredient. What this does, there's a tree outside the building, and it's going to put an ingredient on it each day. I can also, with this one, order from a different kind of box, a normal box. And I think what that does is it gives you better ingredients that I can order from. So again, I got 2 perks in one day, and I still have 4 potions left on the shelf. And I just thought that's not too bad for the first day. So looking at my materials here, I got some arriving. I can still order more. Parsley I can order from the normal box, which costs 16. Again, that gives you higher quality ingredients, I believe, is what the difference is. And you can only order 10 of those items. So you can order cheaper ones or you can order better ones. Basil, I probably shouldn't order that, but at the same time, I want to make sure that I keep this thing stocked. You can see ginger I can't order again because it's coming on the 2nd of summer. I can order sunflower. So it really, what I normally do when I come here, especially in the beginning, anything that's below 10 of an item, I go ahead and order it. So some things I just go ahead and say, yeah, I know I'm going to use a lot of those. I do use a lot of primrose. It's like, time, do I really want to spend that extra? I'm only down to 99, but that's okay. And I kept seeing the fledgling thing is reminding me. Oh, and I thought, oh, let's come over here and we can sell our fish. We can get more brass for our fish. So that's one reason. Oh, we can't do any because the shop funds haven't reset. I don't know when they reset. So I was hoping that it had, and then I noticed it hadn't. It's like, oh, what a bummer. Oh my gosh, so many things to do, so many things to keep track of. And again, we don't have to, we can do all of it or we can do none of it. So there's so many things. I mean, it's kind of like, what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? And it's so hard for me to walk by here and not fish. It says, please, let me catch one. Fish, again, are a good source of income here at the beginning of the early play. And you can sell them in the general stores. And we do have access to other general stores in different regions. I don't really know what they call the different areas. I don't know what they call them. Regions, I guess. But I don't know. Where I'm headed is I need to go to the circle, which is where the Grandmasters are. And closest I can get is the shingles. So we're going to go there, at least through the goddess statues. And so we're going to go there and go see the Grandmasters. And again, I haven't opened up all of these areas, so I know that I got to go left. That's all I really know for sure. I need to go left. I think I need to go up and left. Not sure. Not 100% sure. We'll find out. But then, oh, fishing. There's fish in this fountain, this waterfall. Maybe there's something special in here. I don't know. I'm scaring them off. Hitting the F1 can kind of ripple your fishing rod. Sometimes it'll pull them in. Ooh, cointails and 3-star cointails. I must have my, I think I have increased spawn rate or something. Or for some reason I'm catching 2. That's fine. I love it that I'm catching 2. But I'm sidetracking myself. I'm going to the Grandmasters. Return to the Grandmasters. So now I'm in the circle. in the area called Hub. So again, I'm not sure of my areas, different place. I don't know what the terms are, but I'm going to go see the Grandmasters, which are right in here. Grandmasters, anytime you increase a level, they will give you something special. So let's see what we can get from them this time. Well done on taking your first step to becoming a legend. Take this ring I forged many moons ago as a token of my appreciation. It will enhance any reputation gained from friendship, if only a little bit. Okay, but every little bit helps, as they used to say. A small circle of friendship boosts to friendship gains. So apparently, I have this special item that makes my friendship levels go up faster, I guess. And let's see, that item can be found on the equipment section, and it just says it makes your relationships go up. So I don't know much about that item. I just know you get one. I assume it's automatic. Not 100% sure. But it's telling me my next task for them is to become a legend, and it tells you ways to do that, raising your reputation. And you can do it by doing tasks for people, by talking to people and giving them gifts, by owning shops, and of course going fighting, which unfortunately we will have to do at some point. But for now, we are living a quiet, peaceful existence as a shop owner. And we'll get into more things very soon. I'm looking for my way out. Man, it is so dark. I hate playing at night. Unfortunately, you kind of have to for various reasons. There's only certain fish that you can catch at night. There's certain ingredients you can only find at night, or the quality is better at night. And the day, you saw I can only have, if I have my apothecary only closed from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., then I have to be out at night. So it's kind of a bummer, but you kind of have to. The reason why I don't like it, I didn't say this, is I can't really see. It's so dark in the game, and I've got my monitor set to be pretty bright, but it's just hard to see, and I don't like having my lantern on all the time. So anyway, here in the dark, trying to pick up a few extra seeds because I have an addiction to that. It was obviously one of the goddess boons that I selected, was using your sickle on the weeds give you seeds a lot of the time. So I really like that one. So we're getting home at 1 a.m. and I stupidly put a blueberry in there. Don't ask me why. I noticed that we've got the bushes are ready to be picked. So if you use your slingshot, it raises your slingshot skill, and I'm not sure why I need my slingshot skill raised. I have no idea. My fruit trees are also ready, so I went ahead and hit those. Supposedly it gives you higher quality ones, but would I have got a 1-star apple if I hadn't done that? I really don't know the answer to that question. And I can barely see. I'm just kind of hitting the tree randomly because I couldn't, especially the pears, they kind of blend in, so you can't see. Gassy apples. There is a whistle root right there by that pond. A lot of people don't know that. So I think that's kind of worth knowing. And also, this whole area right here is nothing but weeds, which means seeds. So we are just going to go whacking crazy by hitting all these weeds and collecting all these seeds. I mean, look at all that. Even pumpkin seeds, which are supposedly not so easy to find. I'm getting tons of them. So yay us. I really, really like that boon, as I've said many times. But unfortunately, it does take a lot of my time because I see weeds and I have a hard time not hitting them. But look at all that we're getting. I don't even know how many we have. When it comes time to plant them, you can see how many we have. It's crazy. And every single one of those is absolutely 100% free. All it takes is our time. And we can spend the time. We are not in a rush. This is a retired slow play, folks. So I'm taking my time. I don't care. I'm enjoying myself. I'm enjoying this beautiful little game. Every game that I play, I enjoy and play at a slow pace. So if you're looking for power gaming, you want to know the 100% best way of doing something, then that's not me. I'm not going to show you the 100% best way of doing something. I'm going to show you what I enjoy doing. I'm going to show you how I enjoy a game at a different level than I've seen anybody else play. And it's just my way. So right now I decided to stop and do a little fishing. Why not, right? We're going to get some rest. Our shop opens in a couple of hours and there were things on the shelf to sell. So awesome. And in this game, after you become an adult, you don't even have to sleep. Oh, moonfish. You can only catch those at night. So, ooh, yes. We're going to catch them. So, by the way, the game will automatically save itself at 6 a.m. whether or not you're in bed. And this is after you become an adult. Check our mail while we were here. And let's see, Lucy sends us a gift. Our relationship's going out with her. And she gives us a 2-star gassy apple. I guess we'll say a thank you. Ginger Nut also is appreciating our friendship. She's going to give us a strawberry. Hey, it's a strawberry. Your first shop. Congratulations. Congratulatory gestures at your purchase of your first business. Gain reputation and keep improving. I'll be interested in doing business with you. At that time, come and see me in my little shop in Tirnanog. Just use the special door to get there. If you have the right lens, of course. Good luck with your new adventure. I hope to see you soon for specialization. So you can specialize your shop. And there's different benefits to doing that. And there's negatives, I guess. But we'll get into that later. Thank you for watching. If you have not done so, please subscribe to my channel. It helps you to like me better, and it lets me know that I'm doing something other people find interesting. The most important thing is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.